these 2 hours.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do too. So we are live. Hello and welcome, everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of the Holy Rollers. We are on episode 32 of Campaign 1. So
we are, but Muriel's not.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure what's up with
Stephanie
Muriel's
okay?
camera, but it went all wonky. Turn your camera off and back on.
Oh no.
Oh
no.
She's not.
Not again.
She's not spazzing.
There she is.
There she
I'm
is.
not that worried.
Right? Yeah, that one was great.
Oh gosh.
So we will start off tonight like we do every night. We have already rolled for prayer. I think I won.
Yes, you did.
All right.
Nice.
So, yeah, let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you for today. Lord, we thank you for the opportunities and the blessings that we know you are responsible for in our lives. Lord, we just ask that you bless our time together this evening. We ask you to bless the fellowship, bless the story, and just bless it in, to the glory of you. I ask that you just continue to watch over and be with each of the players here, and we'll leave it at that. And we love you. We pray this in your name. Amen.
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 All right. So, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us tonight. Again, episode 32. So we are just
Thank
rocking
you.
and rolling along. Which
Joffrey,
is absolutely
Joffrey,
fantastic.
undo your turn off your camera and back on, Joffrey. You're pixelated. There you go. Perfect.
There we
Sorry
go.
about that.
All kinds of camera stuff going on. Here's hoping that tonight is with no tech issues. So far, past couple days have been working really well. So we'll hope that continues. We're gonna pick up where we left off in our last episode with the group being with the
Half
group
drunk.
being in the tavern. They're in why am I drawing a blank?
This is
Baldun.
Bhaldun.
Yes.
I'll do.
This is the first tavern we've seen in
Quite a while.
Since the
while.
island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And of course, first tavern we see, 3 of us need to get inebriated.
Right. Yeah. Way to go, guys.
Yeah, hey, one on purpose, one on accident, and well, who knows?
Right.
And for some reason, your pirate is the one that's making all the dealings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're
I'm sure Terrence is going to love hearing about those
Right.
later.
So as the group kind of settles in for the night, I believe Albus was able to stumble to his room. For some odd reason, he appeared to look a little bit older as he went to his room. The next morning, as kind of everyone slowly begins to creep out, Albus appears to be back to his normal self. Just so we're kind of all on the same page, Albus had a little bit of wild magic go off.
we figured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was definitely mildly entertaining, to say the least.
For sure.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up tonight with, I'm going to go ahead and have Terrence and Albus and Raja make a con save.
Uh-oh.
Now,
Roll for hangover.
Who's in my... Yeah, I was going to say, who's in my... Oh, crap. I got 5 plus 2, 7.
Okay.
We never divvied up of the 4 gentlemen who was split. I think it was... Oh, no, Devlin and Albus, because Devlin specifically asked that Albus be his bunkmate. So, Raja!
Because he didn't
Is
want
yours.
Terrence rolling over on him.
Oh, no, that's right. We wanted someone who could deck you and take a hit
Yeah.
if you went swinging. That's why.
Yep.
Yeah. I was just with Terrence, and I rolled a 26 con save. Excuse me a second.
I rolled a 16.
Well, like I
Okay.
said, I rolled real low.
Alright, so Albus, Raja both kind of wake up, still just kind of feeling the night before with the alcohol. A little bit heavier than really I think what they were expecting. Doesn't seem like there's really any ill effects. Terrence, you had a pretty rough night. It, as much as you tried to sleep, there were a few times during the night that you just kind of had to roll to the side of the bed and kind of up chuck there. So not exactly the most.
Was it Raj's side or not?
It was Raja's side.
Oh no!
Poor Raja.
So Mara, feel free to fill him in when he gets back.
Sorry, not sorry.
That, right. Because of that, because of that night of pretty, just pretty nasty feeling. I'm gonna tag you at an exhaustion level 1.
Ooh.
So at this point, you will have disadvantage on ability checks until you're able to complete a full-on
Long rest.
All right.
Yeah. So I've got that tag for you in there in D&D Beyond. So as everyone, so kind of just so we're kind of all on the same page. So Devlin has made a deal with the bartender. Who
We did not get his name, by the way.
What's that?
We did not get his name, by the way. Actually, I revisited.
Because you didn't let Terrence talk to him. We'd had his name.
So the bartender agreed to procure some supplies, more warm clothing, as well as a guide. The guide would be ready on the 3rd day. So you've already had the first day. You're now in your 2nd, and the guard will be coming. Not the guard. The guide will be coming very early on the morning of the 3rd day. That's what
After which we will hopefully depart.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to pick up. So basically, this specific day that's kind of in between, you can use for any type of character maintenance, whether it's you need to create something, you need to get some sleep, you need to whatever it is that you're going to do. So I'll give you kind of a few seconds to just kind of think about what your character is going to do for the day.
First thing Terrence is going to do is belly up to the bar and ask them if they have anything to eat and any coffee.
Okay.
And we're not talking little mugs. I'm talking like pots of coffee.
Fair enough.
I would advise everyone to just leave Terrence alone for a while.
He's in a mood.
I don't think you need to say it. I'm pretty sure we can all smell it.
Right, yeah, without a doubt. And I imagine Terrence might want to stay away from Raja for a little while.
Well,
Probably.
I may look over at Albus and say, hey, you need to use that spell thing you do to clean Raja up.
Raja would probably look at him and be like, yes, please.
Right?
I'm sure.
I have a special project in mind
Okay.
for hopefully with Devlin and me. But if
Oh
not,
boy, more matching tattoos.
Yeah.
No, more like matching emotional trauma.
Do you have Devlin's consent?
It's implied.
It's implied.
I'm kidding. Sorry. Where is Devlin? What is Devlin doing on this day? We have.
Well, Devlin was going to talk with Muriel.
Oh.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, so we find each other across the breakfast buffet. Oh, fancy meeting you here.
Yeah.
And what is Helga going to be doing this day?
I believe Helga would be probably just kind of exploring the city a little bit. I don't know if Mara was gonna go, if Mara's going with her.
I'd like her to have an escort.
But Helga, yeah, she's gonna, definitely tuck her cloak tight, and really just try to understand, why these people hate her as much as they do.
Yeah,
I'm gonna demand that she check in.
Yeah, Mara would definitely be sticking close to Helga.
Okay.
For now.
I'm gonna tell you both before you leave. You check in at noon and midday, or noon and at 3 on your sending stone. If I don't hear from you, I'm coming to get you, and you're not gonna like what that looks like. Don't
Mara
forget.
gets a sinking feeling in her stomach because she knows who sending stone she goes to.
Too bad.
She's like, oh.
Okay, when Mariel is upset, it's not just an event, it is a scene. You do not want me to come looking for you.
Right.
Okay.
I promise.
Curfew's at 6, lady.
Helga's just like, yes, Mom.
Why are you telling the lady in pink this? Devin looks up at Helga. Make sure she gets where she's supposed to be. We have a leash if you need it.
We use
Are you
it.
talking to me?
I'm talking to Helga about you.
He looked up.
Used you. I'm too old for the leash now.
It's a backpack with a string. What do you want?
It's cute,
Oh,
though.
is
It has
like
a monkey tail.
Backpack, like a long tail?
See?
Yes!
Cute.
Okay.
It's cute, see? We customized it for you.
It's it's a fox. It's one of the what's the word I'm trying to think of?
Oh, crappity. I know what you mean.
Starts with it's a kitsune backpack. It matches your kimono.
There you go.
Oh,
It has 9
I
tails.
guess.
So just so you know, Terrence will probably extend an offer to Albus to have breakfast with him if he wants, knowing that he's probably feeling bad too.
Albus is actually going to try and sneak out and retreat to where he feels the most comfortable, which is a library, or some place with lots of like a library or some sort of records place or something.
Okay, so let's do this then. If
I hope you hit him with prestidigitation first.
if you are looking for Albus, roll a perception check. Albus, make a stealth check, and let's see if you can get out without anyone seeing you.
I rolled a 20.
8.
11.
Hey,
She's like,
look at how the tide has turned on the rolls.
So as you guys are kind of bellied up to the bar eating breakfast, you all look over as Albus is like tiptoeing out like this, and you're like, "Hey, where are you going?"
Pink Panther.
Hi guys. What you need?
Hey, before you go wherever you're gonna go, why don't you come over and have breakfast?
At least bring a battle buddy with you. No one goes out alone.
Oh no, I wasn't going out alone. I was just gonna go outside for a sec. That's it. No worries.
Well, before you do that, can you make sure to hit Raja with that spell that you have that cleans them up? Because I think that he had a bad night.
All right. I'll hit Raja with
Little
Sorry,
prestidigitation.
Raja looks at Terrence and, like, I'm gonna murder you.
Terrence is, at this point, the way he feels, he's like, go ahead and try. I may let you.
I may let you.
Will you please clean the boys up so that we can at least look presentable in this foreign society?
Yes, I'll do my vacuum cleaner. Jeez.
At this point, you should start charging for that service.
For real, though.
He's still alive, isn't he? He charged.
So great. All right, so with that, Alice is able to, hit you with a quick prestidigitation and make you all pretty and shiny and things, and
I'll sit down for breakfast.
good there. All right, so
while he's sitting down for breakfast, Terrence is going to ask him, "Hey, you still willing to teach me how to write better?"
Yeah, if you're up to it today.
Sometime today, yeah. It's pounding like a smith's hammer.
Maybe we wait till tomorrow.
It could.
I don't feel too bad. Like, this is definitely not, not the worst I've had it, but it's unpleasant.
Well, let me know if you want your head to feel like mine so you can understand what I feel like.
And no, I'm good, thank you.
I'm pretty sure when he exploded, it probably constitutes a bit more.
Yeah, I think I got that.
I'd say he has
some sort of like remove poison or something. Like,
no,
don't
have that. I do have a
paladin are you?
I do have a remove curse. Is this a curse?
It is not.
Or how about revivify? Can I revivify myself?
Yeah, I tell you what, I'll kill you, and then you can't revivify yourself. That won't work.
Yeah, I don't think it would work. No.
And Raj is in front of you. The headache.
No, sorry, Raj is in front of you.
All right, so breakfast is ended. Helga and Mara kind of made their way off, kind of checking out the city, stopping, and Helga mainly let Mara do most of the talking with people. Just kind of made their way through the city. I'm gonna have both of them go ahead and do a perception check.
Okay. Oopsies. That is a dirty 20.
Okay.
Nice.
Helga was a 10. So, as you guys are out walking around, everything seems up to snuff. You don't feel like anything is out of the ordinary. Was there anything specific that you were wanting to talk to Helga about while you were out, or you just kind of out for a leisurely stroll?
No. She was literally just trying to avoid Albus.
Got it.
She didn't. Yeah. Unless Helga needs to talk. If Helga needs to talk, that's fine.
At this point, she doesn't. I think she's really still trying to get her bearings with the group. There seems to be some interesting dynamics with some of the folks, i.e., Mara Albus, the strange blue lady, and the ever so sexy fish guy.
You mean the territorial and mildly homicidal blue lady?
That's it. Mara will ask what she thinks of the sexy blue man.
Oh.
I thought I could trust you, Mara.
Fish man. No,
he's
not
teal. Teal scales.
Teal. Pardon me.
Teal and blue, mate.
His mustache and his hair is green.
Oh,
excuse us.
So she goes into this pretty long-winded explanation on, just the mystery and intrigue that really draw her in to this gentleman. And for some reason, she just knows that the blue homicidal whack job, there's just something about her. She just doesn't trust her.
That's fair.
It's absolutely insane because Muriel feels the exact same way about you. It's insane.
Oh, dang it, Mara. I thought you were my wing girl.
Oh, this is so great. I love it.
Thought we were friends.
Alright, so that'll wrap that up.
I was planning our tattoos. Come on.
She's the friend in between that causes drama between. She's the courier.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Alright, so
only sometimes.
Raja, Albus, Terrence. Once breakfast is finished, what are you guys doing? And I would say probably keep it as brief as possible.
I'm going back to lay down.
Okay.
I still want to go to the library.
Okay.
Roger wants to go out and
Wanna
check out
research.
the blacksmiths.
Okay. Alright. Alright, so Albus, you head off in search of the library. Terrence takes his butt back to bed. Raja, you go out in search of blacksmith. So from a blacksmith standpoint, let me move my cursor here. Blacksmiths are more down towards the kind of the central portion, and then Albus, you are headed over here.
Just follow the sound of hammers.
Yeah, which is pretty much everywhere.
Hey, I'm bound to find a blacksmith shop somewhere.
Yep.
True.
So, okay. So, Terrence, you're asleep. You're good for now. Alright, so Albus, is there anything specific that you are looking for in the library, or are you just kind of going to, your, happy place?
Well, that's definitely a happy place, but specifically I'm trying to find, anything about the frozen wasteland, anything that we need to prepare for, dangers, anything about the dragon, legends or hides or legends about the dragon, anything about the dragon, and then for the wastelands, anything anything guide wise or descriptions or studies about it, so that we might find a way to avoid dangers and know what to prepare for, and then anything about the dragon,
Got it.
Directions and stuff, or temperamental, or is this a dragon part of the cult, sir?
Got it. Okay. So I'm gonna have you do a make an investigation check. 24. Alright, so, as you kind of make your way through the library, you're able to kind of stop and speak with librarian and a few assistants for help, kind of gathering some books on the area. Just spending your time reading through them, you learn that to the east of the city is kind of almost like a pass, if you will, that leads up kind of towards the mountains. There's not a lot of information on the frozen waste themselves. Everything that you read pretty much says the same thing, that it is just, it's desolate, it's a sheet of ice and snow, with the winds that, rip through there. It changes the landscape pretty frequently. Not a lot of expeditions have been done. There's not a ton of information on the dragon. There's mention of dragons kind of throughout history being in the mountainous region itself, but nothing in terms of a specific dragon or anything like that.
Can I just ask one last thing before
Yep.
I'm done? Can I ask them if there's a copy of that book that was missing from the last one? I don't remember the title of it right now. If you want to wait, I can find it in my notes, but it was that one that we were sent for but was missing back in the last library that we went to.
Mm-hmm. Find the name, because I don't have my notes right in front of me.
Alright, I'll do that while you're working on with other people.
Okay. Alright, we'll move on to Raja. Alright, so Raja, kind of making your way through the city, listening for the sounds of the blacksmith's hammer, which as you kind of head toward the central portion of the city, is basically all that you hear. Just the clanging and banging of metal and hammers on anvils. What were you specifically looking for?
So as Raja's just kind of wandering down, he's kind of just checking in on the. I assume there's more than one shop, blacksmith shop down here. It's probably just like a bunch all over the place. So he's kind of just like checking in on techniques, seeing what he can pick up on. He might like see some finished products that are like hot off the press that he might kind of inspect for their quality of work. If he can come across someone who might be working on a magical weapon of sorts, he might stop in and talk to that individual for a minute.
Okay. So I'm going to have you make an investigation check.
For that particular shop, or
no, just in general. Just kind of as you're looking at what they're doing.
So 14.
Okay. All right. So as you kind of shop hop, looking through the various works, a lot of it seems fairly standard. There's not a ton that are making weapons and armor. Most of it appears to be either household good type stuff, like they're either making nails or cups. There's some horseshoes. There's something that looks like a horseshoe that is much larger than a normal horseshoe. There are a handful of other ornamental works going on, whether it be bronze casting for like oil lit light fixtures and things like that.
So a lot of it's just standard technique, more or less, that Roger would already be familiar with.
One of the things that you do notice that you're not super familiar with is it looks like as they pull the metal from the forge and shape it, they're quenching it in what appears to be almost like an ice water.
Okay. I'll stop at that particular shop for a minute and just kind of observe for a few minutes.
Yep. So as you do, the gentleman working there kind of looks over, gives you a nod, kind of goes back to work, and you watch as he kind of presses out just a very long rod of metal. It's red hot, so you're really not sure what it is. He's constantly going back in the forge, heating it, pulling it back out, beating it down a little bit more, and as he's finishing, he's dumping it in that bucket of what appears to be ice water.
Curious about the substance in the bucket. I'm gonna just kind of like step toward him, but not get in his way. Excuse me, Master Dwarf. Might I bother you for a second?
Make it quick.
I'm curious. What is the substance in the bucket that you're quenching?
It's a delicate mixture of oils, water, and ice from outside. We're in the mountains.
Curious. I simply asked because I too practice blacksmithing back in my hometown. What would be the what is the difference in result wise by this mixture as opposed to the standard quenching?
Makes it stronger, my boy.
By how much?
Depends on your mixture. Somewhere between 5 and 10%, possibly.
Really? Would you by chance be willing to teach me how to make this mixture?
Make a persuasion check.
15.
So as he looks over at you, just kind of really looking you up and down, kind of lets you know really quickly that it probably doesn't work outside of kind of where they're at. Specifically, it's mainly the ice that they're using. It's brought in fairly quickly from outside, delivered to them. So yeah, at that point, he is not willing to show you.
Let's see. You said that they hadn't brought in a fresh batch. Is that why he's unwilling?
No, he explains to you that it typically doesn't work outside of their region because there's no way to transport the ice.
I'd still like the knowledge just in case I'm ever in another mountainous region or a different part of the mountains and I happen to be working.
He quickly kind of shoos you off.
Very well. We'll move on. Kind of roughly. And assuming get through the district in adequate time or whatnot, I'll probably make my way to some of the shops, specifically like the weapon and armor shops.
Okay. As you search for weapon armor shop in the area that you're in, you do not find any.
I'll move up to the upper levels if I have to. As long as I'm allowed, anyway.
You are not. They do not allow anyone non-Dwarven to the upper level.
Why? I'll ask the guard.
Because they don't like outsiders. Especially ones that are not dwarves.
And why is that?
They don't trust them.
I could be a pretty trustworthy guy. What do I gotta do around here to prove myself?
Find a way to make yourself a dwarf.
Well, that ain't gonna happen. Give me another way.
God.
Come on, don't be racist.
He's trying to put Kyle's stats on Raja.
Hey, he's got a +2 in charisma. Just saying.
I will let you make. I'll let you make a persuasion check. I will tell you that the DC is an 18.
All right. That's nope. That's 7 on the die. I thought it was a 1 for a minute. I'm like, oh no.
That would have been. You get arrested. We have to go bail you out.
That's right.
I was waiting for a nat 20.
Right.
Right.
So as you continue to try to sweet talk your way up, you get the sense pretty quickly that all you're doing is really starting to piss him off. And it doesn't take long before 2 more guards come up, then a third, then a fourth.
Oh no!
I was gonna say by the 3rd, I think Raja would get the point. It's like, okay, you made your point. I'll move on. And I wander off.
Okay.
Just wander in the city at this point.
All right. Albus, you find the name of your book?
Yeah, so there's actually 2 that I was looking for. So the one that was missing in the other library was Hiding a Storm, which is about Vathnagov. That was the book that we were told to try and find that might have some secrets about him. So I would ask to see if they have a copy of that.
Sure. And what was the name of it again?
Hiding a Storm.
Hiding a Storm. Okay. I started a new notebook.
Nice.
Because the other one ended up with a very large glass of spilled tea on it.
Oh.
It's very, very
I'm proud of you.
disappointing.
I'm proud of you for spilling tea on it.
Right?
Also, my apologies.
Right. You're like, I would expect your order in the week.
Yes.
Alright, go ahead and make a persuasion check. Or intimidation, whatever you want to try to do to see if they've got this book.
So I'm going to do persuasion, because he's not going to try and intimidate them. 21.
Okay. So, she flips through kind of a catalog, and she's going through it. Pulls a card, heads back towards the back of the library. Kind of you lose sight of her for a moment. She comes back and hands you a disgustingly decrepit copy of this book. It appears to be 1,000 years old. And I say that exaggerating, but it looks extremely old. If you dropped it, it might disintegrate into dust.
Wow, very carefully. I will very carefully take that to a table and look through it. The other book I was going to ask was just the Confinement of Insanity, because that's the one that had the missing page about Fasari, about the story about the Paladin and the
Knight.
And the Knight, and the Paladin was the only one that made it back. He was banished and it had the missing page that didn't tell us why. And so I'm super curious about that. So I
gotcha.
Ask if to have that.
Okay. She goes through, does kind of the same deal. She flips through. It seems like it's taking her a little bit longer, and you kind of hear a sudden slap of her pushing the cards back forward as she kind of starts making her way back through it. She tells you that they don't appear to have a copy of this, or at least there's not a card for said book.
Oh, so this library has a Dewey Decimal System.
Basically.
That makes me all the more angry at the Fasarian library.
Well, I mean,
it's a Dewey Dwarven system.
It is a Dewey Dwarven system. So...
Great one, Dennis. Knee slapper.
Gotta have them dad jokes.
That's right.
That's right.
Gosh.
All right. Well, I'm going to then spend the rest of the day really carefully pouring through that book and trying to gain as much knowledge about Bathnagoth as I can.
Okay.
So did Helga and I ever figure out anything as to why dwarves hate her?
No, not really. Just going off of her kind of common knowledge, something happened pretty long time ago between the orcs that are in the southwest and the dwarves that are, obviously in Bhaldun. Seemed like it was pretty ugly. Not totally sure, but yeah, definitely some hate for some orcs. And as Raja figured out, definitely some hate from everybody that's not a dwarf.
But just to be clear, we can get to the first level and the second level, but not the third.
Correct.
Okay.
Alright, Muriel and Devlin. What you guys doing?
So what is Devlin? No, not yet. What is Devlin doing when Muriel seeks him out?
Kind of roll for it.
He is sitting at one of the tables as the group, after breakfast got finished and everyone started scattering, kind of stayed at the table and was just seems a bit lost in thought.
I'm gonna grab 2 ales from the bar. I'm gonna pay up my tab just in case I forget. And I'm gonna plunk one down in front of Devlin and the other in front of myself, and I'm gonna take the seat across from him. And I'm gonna say, what feels like a lifetime ago, you paid the Duck Eternal's docking fee and only asked that I repay you with a drink. So here I am, buying you a drink.
Oh, something tells me we both need this. Pulls it towards him, takes a sip. I'm going to allow myself to be the gentleman here. You go first.
I have 2 questions. Good news and bad news. And I'll let you pick what order it goes in, but it cannot be the bad news first.
You know me too well. Very well. First question.
If you could talk to your mother, what would you say? I've learned a new party trick, and I thought it might be applicable to your situation. She might not know you're alive.
Oh, do you know?
What you told Albus.
Fair enough. Some color had left him when you mentioned the mother card. He just paled up a little bit to kind of cut him off.
I know.
I'll have to give that some thought. Because I imagine it's a very limited message.
I could do it several times, provided I have enough in the tank, so to speak. We'd have to plan it, obviously, but
Obviously.
don't necessarily limit yourself.
Perfect. Now I shall go against my nature again. And the second question.
You know, you nicked back your hat, and you nicked back your amulet. When will you let me keep something of yours?
You do raise a very good point. Well, I mean, the amulet I was just holding on to for the purposes of the group. The hat has a bit more sentimental value. So, we'll discuss. Fair?
There. Are you ready
Now
for
the
your good
bad news.
She takes a really deep swig. And you can see her hand is just a little bit shaky as she puts it down on the table. Bad news is...
I've pieced, I think, most of it together, so please don't tell me what I think you're about to tell me.
If you've pieced it together, then you've not discerned this yet. The bad news is... if we fail again, I might have to kill you.
I figured there had to be a new amendment to me coming back. Welcome to the family, I guess. Stupid.
Stupid.
You were
Beautiful,
fading away.
stupid woman.
You were ebbing away in front of my eyes like a tide. And I couldn't stand the thought of, I couldn't bear the idea. And nothing we were trying was working, and I did the only thing I could think to do. I went into your mind looking for the source, and I found it. It was Jormungandr. And I begged him, and I pleaded with him, I reasoned with him, and he relented.
On the condition
but
that
not
if
for
I
free.
fail again, you take my place.
Not in so many words. But he made me your keeper of sorts. And he...
I take it that's the
Bhaldun.
good news?
The good news is Gandr's not going to kill you.
No, as I say, but equally good news would be that you've... Apparently he's powerful enough to sever whatever connection your previous he shall not be named connection.
We assume it's severed. We have no confirmation. It's not
That's
like Gandr's forthcoming. I could very well have just split my soul. I do wonder, though. if
You
I
would be
die-
in much more worse condition if you'd split your soul, lass. Let's be frank. We would start seeing some more repercussions if your soul started to splinter.
Here's the thing. The other entity's on another plane. There could very well be a reason why I am not a comatose, bleeding from every orifice mess right now.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
But here's the thing, too. If I die, I do wonder who will win. Will they worry me between them like dogs fighting over a bone, or will one of them simply give me up?
Well, did you promise Jormungandr that in exchange for bringing me back that you would serve him to beyond death, or simply that you would serve him?
My exact words were, what he has would be Gandalf. My thought process was, being passed from one inscrutable master to another is nothing new to me, and I would essentially be in the same place, not knowing. The implication was my service for your survival. And it is a trade I would make without regret or hesitation again.
Well, at least this also means good news. We don't have to try that little experiment we were going to do with my knife against your throat and you connecting with your other patron.
About that.
I was about to say a nasty word, however, I think a pigeon that's sitting above my head would probably poo on me.
Well, here's the thing. Part of the party trick I've learned is I can reach out to Gander and contact him. And I have something to request of him. And seeing as I've recently done so, and was, shall we say, slapped on the wrist, I have every indication that this attempt, although incredibly necessary given where we are and how far behind we are, the repercussions of this particular attempt will not be better. And I would very much like to have somebody there who I can trust. And who knows?
No, I trust you. And I know you trust me. Let's be honest, I think at this point it's a bit more than trust.
She takes another deep, long swig.
Which is weird. How are we better along than...
I could not fathom. Maybe it's because you and I don't think so much about it as they do.
And she's the Barbarian.
You'd think she would be the least inclined to think.
I'd say what are we going to do with him, but I think Helga's got that presently under control.
Well, if she fails, Terrence and I have a plan. I take second edge. Terrence and I have a plan if Helga fails, and let's just say it involves a locked room and some spell work.
Dream. And
Not
I'm
as
not
extreme.
exactly opposed to it, but at the same time, I am a gentleman after all.
Well, that's where the spell work comes in.
We can discuss that, and for present moment, we can. You're offering me the message potentially to my mother, so fair's for fair. I will allow you one personal effect of mine of your choosing. Be kind. I will allow you to think on this. While I think upon this message, let's reconvene this afternoon to move forward with that.
Very well.
Multipus Tankard. Cheers, love.
Cheers, love.
Y'all can stop giggling now.
You feel, before, as you say cheers, love, you feel just a little flutter of something across your forehead, like a moth hitting you in the forehead, as her psychic presence kind of just bubbles out of her like effervescence, and then it's swiftly drawn back in.
Oh, y'all so cute.
I've looked forward
really
to that conversation.
cute.
I've looked forward to that conversation for several weeks now.
That was a
I
good
was not anticipating you to play the "Hey, you want to talk to your mom" card.
Yeah, agreed completely.
Well, and that's why I didn't tell either of you about it in advance.
No,
but,
I love it. No,
Me too.
I will say, I do enjoy some surprises, and everyone look at me in the camera. Some surprises.
Trust me, I've got surprises.
All the surprises? Got it. All the surprises.
All the surprises, yeah, exactly.
Got it.
All right,
Tell you
so,
nothing ever
Last
again.
time
Got it.
Raja pulled a surprise.
So Albus,
What's your name?
there's a message with a piece of the book I sent to you in Messenger, so you got that.
Read through it. Thank you.
All right.
So before we move on,
Yep.
I want Mara to reluctantly use the sending stone.
Okay.
Won't mind.
What is your ringtone?
It's the song.
Steph,
that
reset your
never
camera.
ends. Yeah.
No,
that
she's
one.
got Albus's.
Yeah.
No, Steph, your camera.
Oh no, what happened?
Turn it off and back on again.
It went all mopey.
Why does it
To
do
us?
that? I'm so sorry.
Oh, there you go.
What?
What's your ringtone?
My ringtone here. I got it.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
It's got an ad first. Hold on.
His ringtone comes.
Would you
in
like
an
to
ad.
receive a message from Mara? Please wait for the next 10 seconds as we complete this ad. We thank you for your purchase.
Oh yes.
Yes!
That-
Yes!
It goes off in the library.
It does.
It's full volume, as loud as possible in a dwarven library.
Does the whole
That little
juggling.
little dwarf lady is going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just picks up a warhammer and just goes, shh.
Yeah, I would say that she is going to throw a book at Albus.
Is it the one he was looking for?
It's not. Albus, what's your AC?
Sorry.
AC is a 15.
Okay, so she hits you with the book. You take, 3 points of bludgeoning damage from
The
a
Encyclopedia Britannica hits you in the face.
That's right. You get hit with
she did the one thing Mara was never able to.
Yeah.
Knowledge.
She's got practice and wicked aim.
That's
okay?
right.
She's been doing this a while.
Long time, this one.
Couple hundred years at least.
She was so happy because everyone's such a rule. No one breaks rules anymore, and you get the tourists, and it's like, oh, I'm going to warm up my arm
That's
for this.
right. Yeah.
I'll answer and be like, hold on. No. Step out, do the whole, the awkward step out of the library, holding the phone,
Every patron's looking at you.
Staring at you.
Going into the molten lava courtyard.
Yes.
Yes. Wow. This thing on? Oh,
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. Are you talking?
Can you hear me?
Hello? I think it's broken.
No.
I can't hear you. If you hear me.
No.
Stupid old gnome.
Call me back. How do you turn this thing off?
I see
I
why
don't-
you like him, little pink.
She's gonna try and leave a message because she thinks it's his voicemail.
Oh, jeez.
You know what that is.
I know Muriel told me to let her know that we're okay, and I figure maybe you could vouch for me. But if you don't want to talk, that's fine. Okay, bye.
Oh, I hear you now, Mara. Oh.
Oh, that's so great. So as Albus tries to figure out how to turn his phone off, Mara has already hung up. I'd say Albus stands there for another 10 minutes just going, hello? Hello?
Geriatric to his core.
Yes, without a doubt.
I'll just gonna call back.
All right, so
That's the question. Is she gonna call back?
after
He
a few,
accidentally FaceTimes you and you're looking at it
Right.
like this.
after a
I don't
few,
think Messenger Stones get FaceTime just yet.
Right,
Those are
not
older
yet.
models.
yeah, that's in the second campaign.
Excuse me.
When they have built-in grindstones.
That's
built,
right.
so you can-
Yeah. All right. So after I'd probably say another 3 to 4 hours passes, everyone converges back on the tavern, and you kind of all get together for the night. Is there anyone that needs to do anything else prior to the next morning?
Devlin's going to pick Terrence's pocket for 30 gold because he did explicitly state that the tab was going to be coming reimbursed.
I would like to know if I can figure it. Do I know he did that?
Sleight of hand versus perception. Go.
Perception. Crap. Oh.
$23.
Nope, you have no clue. He
Just the 30 gold for the rooms for the night.
I'm telling you, though, let him know that he finds out you're doing that, you're going to be in trouble.
Calm down, Gramps. It'll be all right. So, Devlin, easy enough, just kind of pops in. I want to make it fun. He taps you on the right shoulder. You go to look. He's already taken the money on your left, and he's gone.
He'll mention it tomorrow when you're sober.
Oh, I'm sober now.
No, you're not. You're still in the dregs of hungover. It's one of those epic hangovers that lasts an entire day.
I had coffee this morning. I slept all day.
And he had bacon, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good.
All right.
I'll trust you tomorrow.
What else we got?
Mara's gonna look at Muriel and she's gonna be like, I'm not sure how exactly you wanted me to get a hold of you specifically, but I think I left a message on Albus's phone. Just so
Muriel's
you know, I was
as
being
soon as
nice.
No, when you roll up, Muriel is standing in the door of the tavern.
Trying to intimidate the barbarian.
We told you. Keep an eye on her and have her back by noon or 3.
I left a message, Mom.
Not with us, you did.
Albus, did you get a message from Mara?
I got a call, but I tried to answer it, and then I got her voice, and then I couldn't get it to work. So I don't know what she was saying, but I did get a call from Mara.
You know,
thin ice.
Typical.
There's like
Can you show me how this works?
Out of character, when did Muriel and Devlin become the parents of this girl?
That's what I want to know.
It's been naturally occurring more and more. The fact that you guys haven't caught on is actually quite amazing.
We're the sleeper parents that you just didn't realize were kind of running everything.
Yeah.
It's true.
So what's that make Terrence?
Terrence is the big brother.
The big
my big brother, duh.
The big
He's
brother,
the cool
the
uncle.
strange uncle, yeah.
Yeah. Big brother or strange uncle.
He's
a really friendly uncle. You're not quite sure if it's genuine or creepy.
he's Grunkle Terrence.
Yes, Grunkle Terrence.
Grunkle
No,
Terrence.
he's got more care and charisma than.
Yeah, that's
He's
fair.
my cousin brother.
Oh God, no, no,
My brother.
no.
I will say, if no one else has anything before going down for the night, Devlin will go to Mariunga and say, "If you're ready, I can send a quick message out."
I'm ready.
He will tell you 2 names. The first name.
I don't need the name. I actually, this is the trick. This is the party trick part. I actually need to go into your mind for a moment. I need you to familiarize me with the people in question. Preferably through memory.
I think I have one.
I'm going to just very carefully put my hand on the side of your head.
Grabs her hand.
I'll cast Detect Thoughts.
And you are brought into that looping memory that we briefly had on camera and was mentioned on the Facebook of Devlin's mother, the pirate last known either as Trixie to her son, and to all others is simply known as the Fox.
Devlin, is that little you? You're so cute. What happened?
4 hours from this moment, our ship is sacked by the Lord Captain. He takes me as a prize and banishes my mother to the fleet. This is the last time I was with my mother. This was my last moments of happiness.
As far as memories go,
There was to have.
focus on her scent, on the sound of her voice. Bring me a really clear image of her face.
To his best, he brings up that image of a very beautiful woman with flowing red locks of hair. Can't quite tell if it's naturally curly or if it's just windblown. Brilliant amber eyes
a laughter that comes as both very light and airy, but carries a hidden depth that can speak to one with a very powerful, strong voice. Hands that will hold her son with slight care, but will also be able to command a ship, pull her weight with the rest of them.
I think I got it. Was there another?
This is the last I remember her.
You have nothing left?
I don't even know if she's alive. It's been almost 2 decades. This moment is so crystal clear, it's almost divine. How I can remember every detail, every facet of this single moment.
But nothing else.
Just glimpses of the before with my family on the ship. Us as a member of the ship, but here, she wasn't the first mate. Here she was my mother. She wasn't the pirate Foxy. Here she was my mother Trixie. And I, her son.
Mariel's doing some mental math. Because that's unusual for memory to be this crystal clear, but none of the others to be even remotely as clear. Can I roll some kind of a check to determine if that's on Devlin's part, or if that's somehow another thing? Like a gander thing.
Give me a moment.
You're assuming it's Gander.
That's true.
Devlin did explicitly tell you there is another. You, specifically, Muriel, that there is another.
Another person? Or another person you wanted to send a message to specifically?
No.
Is that
There's another entity. When he spoke that his life belongs to no one, and he's always been a product of some bargain or another.
Right. Myriad. Or no.
Ashara.
Mm-hmm.
Make a... There's really not a good check for I'm digging in your mind.
Insight?
I would have thought insight.
Yeah. Insight, investigation, I mean, they're both +4, so...
And I, potentially, in a manner of giving an advantage, since it is his mind, when she says that, could Devlin try and start thinking of why is it this memory so clear? And try and ascertain is there something externally maintaining this such pristine clarity? Is there influence happening? Could he...
Haven't you ever questioned it? Why this is so clear? Devlin, I can see grains of sand. That's not usual.
Alright, so you got looks like a dirty 20 on yours.
But if he grants me advantage, I'll try again.
If Dean would allow me to, based on what I said of her saying that, could Devlin, by trying to think through, would that be enough to give her advantage on this?
Yeah, I think so.
So, okay. Inside. 24.
Nice. Alright, so, yes, there is a specific force that is behind this specific memory. As Muriel kind of looks in this memory, and it hits the point to where it ends. It immediately starts back over. Almost like
as usual.
It's just it's on constant loop. Muriel, as you kind of stare out and really kind of take things in, you notice just far enough outside of eyesight, if you will, because I don't really have any other way to describe it.
Sure.
Almost like this smoky mass that kind of envelopes this kind of dreamscape world. And as you stare, you see a very large shadow just kind of briefly cut across the sky. Massive in size.
Evelyn. Looks like I'm not the only one who has two masters. What have you done, you handsome devil?
And there's the other part that I'm just like you. I only have recollection of one of those.
You know, we are quite a pair.
Almost like we're made for each other, inadvertently. But point being, do you have enough from this moment to...
I do. I'll withdraw from your mind and come back, and I've got my hand, like, kind of through your short hairs on the side of your head. And unconsciously, I'm talking to you, and I'm leaving it there without even meaning to. And I'm like, one of the consequences of this particular spell and this attempt is, if it doesn't connect, that tends to be pretty telling. Are you ready for that?
It's been a possibility in my mind. I mean, for all I know, she's been dead 2 days after I last saw her. And she's been dead this whole time. Just kind of didn't want to give up hope. You know, child's fantasy. A child. Let's do this.
I can't say I would hope any differently. And I will cast Sending.
Okay.
And as you speak into my ear, I'll repeat the words that you say to your mom.
It's Devlin. Your son.
It's Devlin, your son.
I'm still alive.
He's still alive.
I hope you are too.
He hopes you are too.
I'm free of the Lord Captain presently.
He's free of the Lord Captain presently.
I have my own little family now, of sorts.
He has his own little family now, of sorts. I'll recast it as I need to. I've got slots to burn.
If you are alive, just give me a word, a sign.
If you are alive, please give a sign.
And if you are not, looks at her. And if you are not,
and if you are not,
may you have found peace in the ocean And your soul is at rest.
May you have found peace in the ocean. Your soul is at rest. Does the spell connect?
It does.
I grip Devlin by the tattooed arm. She heard you. She got every word. Your mother's alive.
He grabs Muriel and kind of spins her around.
She's alive, Devlin!
She's alive. She didn't respond back, though.
She can't. I'm not familiar enough with her. But she knows.
I know she's alive now. And she knows I'm alive now. If she didn't already.
If she's anything like you just lit a fire under her. It's not going to go out. She's going to do everything in her power to find you.
That'll be the day. I know, I think we should probably get to bed. It's probably late.
Good night, Devlin.
I gotta make sure Albus doesn't have 5 candles lit in our room. I'm gonna be able to sleep.
He's old. He can't see well at night. You know this.
Good night, darling.
Good night.
Oh.
Can I find a bathtub and some salt?
Easy enough to find a bathtub.
I figured.
Salt, not so much, without asking.
We travel with some, I'm sure, as like a survival thing.
I don't know. Do you?
I mean, I feel like we would. I'll ask the barkeep for some salt. I'll ask the barkeep for some of his margarita rim salt.
Albus would be the one with the salt. If we had any.
Sure.
Why would Albus have the salt?
Because Albus has everything.
That's also fair.
That's true.
He has a little bit of everything for his components.
I just need a handful.
Alright, so checking with the bartender. He searches underneath his bar, kind of flips some things back, throws some stuff out, and finds you probably less than a cup of
That's ample.
salt.
That's fine. That's all I need. Thank you. Do I owe you anything for this?
He shakes his head no, tells you that he'll put it on the pretty ones tab.
Does he mean Devlin?
He does.
Oh, I thought he was gonna mean Terrence.
I eyeball him.
Don't you know Devlin's made an impression in this town, apparently.
I know. And I'm immediately thinking, how many spines am I going to have to rip out of people before they get the... How many tentacle portals am I going to have to suck people into before they understand property rights? I fill the tub. I'll use shape water if I must, and I'll cast the salt into it, strip off my cloak. I'm still covered from like ankle to wrist as part of like traveling gear, but it's a little more form-fitting in some places because it's like, you know, like leggings and like a skirt and like nothing inappropriate, but you know, definitely not the level of Muriel you're used to seeing.
Okay, so it's your unmentionables. We got it. Continue.
No. It's not that.
It's her mentionable unmentionables.
And I'm
Got
going
it.
to. Yes. I'm going to. I'm assuming I'm in the girls' room, so Mara's watching me do this, and I'm going to say,
Oh, yes, she is, apparently.
"It's girl thing. It's fine. It's sleepover
Helga's in here
stuff.
too. It's fine.
What happens in the sleepover stays in the sleepover. It's cool."
They can compare each other.
Yes. Full on anime.
No. Muriel and Helga, not Mara and Muriel. They're
Okay,
gonna
so
look each other up, be like, who's better?
before I
Right.
give all of you disadvantage the rest of the night, continue.
Sorry. I'm going to float in it, and I'm going to say, "Hey, Mara,
Yeah.
care to repeat history?"
What does that mean?
It means I need to do a bad thing again, and I need you standing over me with a warhammer.
Okay.
Helga immediately pushes her
I
Mara
figured.
aside and is like, if anyone's gonna stand over her with a warhammer, it's me.
No. Not that I don't trust you, but I know she doesn't trust you.
Actually, that would be ideal. I need someone who won't hesitate.
Perfect.
Oh, okay.
And Mara, you're there if she hesitates.
So we're
And
both
I-
like just sitting there like this.
Yep.
Helga's is more like down at her side, like she's about to chop through a piece of wood. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she's like ready. Here's the thing. You're going to know if it goes wrong pretty quickly. Make it hurt.
Are you talking to Gander again?
Yeah.
Oh no.
We are dreadfully behind schedule, and we have no way of catching up. If we fail with one of these eggs again, Devlin could die.
Yes, I'm aware of that. So you're hoping that he will help us get caught up?
Oh, I'm not hoping.
Oh.
I'm willing to make a trade.
Do you have anything else to trade? I thought you traded your soul already.
It's assumed, but there's always something. I guess we'll find out.
Whatever. It's your life, your body.
It's my heart.
Yeah, I
And,
saw that.
My eyes will roll to black, and I will reach out to Gander.
So, as you almost roll to unconsciousness into your mental conscious state, you find yourself falling. And not falling like 5 or 10 feet. Like, you are falling for what seems like hours and days. Just seems like there's no end. And with a sudden thud, you look up and realize that you've fallen maybe 50 feet.
Oh, Gander.
And you're
The games we play.
and you're staring at the familiar whirlpool that you last saw him. No visuals of Gander, but the familiar laugh that just kind of hits you in the back of the head.
I will customarily bow, and I will hold that bow until he addresses me.
Why have you come to me?
I seek a favor.
There's no response for a few moments, and roll a d20.
Nine.
Okay, you beat him.
How?
Because he rolled a 2.
Okay.
Speak.
And it kind of like grumbles through my body like ooh. It's like standing in front of a bass speaker at a concert.
That's how I like to think of his voice.
Yeah. You're doing a great job. Your champion is a brilliant warrior, a prolific strategist, strong and handsome and silver-tongued to boot. He's everything a bearer of your fang ought to be. But I bring a different skill set to your service. One that I think that if utilized and cultivated might see your goals achieved all the faster and more efficiently. The army that pursues the dragon that we also pursue is impossibly ahead of us. And short of a miracle, there's no way for us to catch up. However, with your aid, perhaps we can slow them down. I seek to invade them at their most vulnerable. I seek to deny them their most intimate rest when their minds are weak. Would you allow me to dreamwalk, cause them confusion and unrest? Would you allow me to show them the fear and the pain that prelude the agents of Jormungandr like standard bearers? Would you allow me to show them a taste of the fate that's awaiting them at the toothy maw of the deep?
Roll another d20.
Good Lord, I can't roll.
You managed to beat him.
How?
Because I'm rolling like shit tonight. Pardon the French, but that was a 4. And that one's going in the shame chair. You think I'm kidding?
I'm not. I know you're not. The dunce chair.
There's the shame chair.
Nice.
There he sits. Oh, he is in time out. Okay, so...
I keep him. I like him. Bring him out for these.
Right. Alright, so... give me a moment. Let me do DM things.
Okay. You and me both, Jesse. Oh, good.
Okay.
And here I thought these 2 days were going to go by quick.
Yeah.
Oh, please. The problem is you gave me a week to think about what I was going to do with those 2 days.
Right.
Yeah, the problem is we let you talk.
I am fixing this campaign.
Oh, is that what you call it?
Do you know why Rachel had to adjust my back? It's from carrying all of you.
Are you fixing it, or are you just prolonging it?
It's so great. All right, so
I'm a woman. I can multitask.
so there is a there's a silent moment, and then a violent storm rips out within your kind of where you're at. Flashes of lightning, heavy thunder, but the worst storm that you've ever seen in your entire life. And kind of on the outset of your vision, kind of where the wall of your mind would be, you start seeing flashes of soldiers and, soldiers and knights, and they just whip around, and you just watch, almost in delightful horror, as the silence is broken only by their screams of terror.
She's breathing heavily and has a weird smile. Not like an enjoyment smile, but like a holy crap, it's working smile. And maybe, just maybe, we'll make it through this smile.
So, I'm going to have you roll one more d20.
My gosh. How could it be possibly lower? It's like limbo.
Yeah,
Take it lower.
Yeah, it's not. So there's a violent disconnection. And as you kind of reel yourself back and shoot out of the tub, you are hit with the largest psychic smack that wallops you for 33 points of psychic damage.
Is that already halved?
That's already halved.
Okay, so question. Would she have jerked in such a way that would have made one of us think that we needed to, like, smash her head in?
Oh, shit.
That's a great question.
That's
I mean, it's a valid question.
point.
Okay,
I told you to be ready and that you'd know it when you saw it.
Did. So, Mara, I'm going to have you make a...
Helga's just going to do it. There's no roll.
Yeah, you're making a dex check to grab Helga's warhammer as Helga is going in.
Actually, I kind of like that better than what I was going to do.
That's even better.
It is.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
so Mara, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, shoot. You rolled really high. There's no way I'm going to make it.
I did. It was...
Better make it.
I don't think she can.
There's no way.
Oh.
I got a 21.
Yeah.
Don't let this bitch take Devlin from me.
So with
Oh no, we broke the rule of developing a relationship. The DM is now killing one of us off.
We committed the unthinkable sin.
It's not bad. You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage as you shoot up out of the water. Helga lets loose a guttural war cry, swings and smashes you in the gut with her warhammer as Mara swings and misses the warhammer as it's coming down.
Can I hellish rebuke her as on sheer instinct? Because I've just been dumped out of Jormungandr's consciousness into a tub and got hit in the gut.
I mean, it's gonna be initiative now.
I mean, why not?
Right? I don't give a crap. I'll fight her.
At least once.
No craps given. Actually, she would need to make a dexterity save. I apologize. I rolled damage preemptively.
What was the damage?
Yeah, very preemptive.
14.
Okay. She takes 28 points.
Good gosh.
As she rolled a nat 1.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So I get
someone running in.
It goes, huh, bam! Swears an infernal and fire.
Hey, I mean, it works. Alright. Does anyone have anything else for the evening?
Mara's going to make sure that they stop. We don't want the boys thinking that they're missing out on something. Just chill, y'all. I know you guys both like Devlin. Just chill.
Does Terrence hear any of this?
No, your tour is over.
I spit blood into the tub and say,
Making sure.
"Little more than like, Mara. Thank you very much."
Yeah, well.
Can I roll a perception check?
To see if you hear anything in the next room, sure.
You know what? That's fair.
Got a soft 20.
At least it's not a hard 20.
21.
Alright.
Oh my gosh.
You guys definitely know that something went on in the next room.
I'm just going to look at Devlin, like, the eyebrow raised.
Not totally.
Muriel, you hear knocking on the wall.
We're fine. Leave us alone, please.
I'll use what's left of my psychic reserves and connect with Devlin and say, I did it. You're welcome. And I'll just relax.
Oh, they're fine.
Alright. So
Alice was journaling when that happened, and so he just looked up from his journal. Looked at him. That's it.
So everyone finally settles down. You call it a night. You all get your long rest in. Very restful sleep. For some of you, for some you do lose your exhaustion.
Okay.
As the next morning begins, all of you wake up, find your way out to the common room. You're gathered in the far back corner. Helga sitting the furthest in the corner, hood still pulled down. Everyone is eating as kind of one of the more burly dwarfs that you see walks up to your table. He introduces himself. It's Bregor Stonehelm.
How do you spell it?
Bregor is Bregor. And then Stonehelm is, you went to school, figure it out.
I was mobile homeschooled. There's a difference.
Well,
Stonehelm.
There you go.
I'm kidding.
Were you, though? So,
only about half.
As he introduces himself, he gives everyone a hearty handshake. Just looking at him, you can tell that he is very confident in what he does. He is dressed in what I would describe as overly warm leathers and furs. And he tosses a fairly large backpack onto the table, and as you go through it, you find warm weather gear.
Nice.
Okay.
Are any of them cute?
No. No, they are not.
Fortunately, we're past the point of it's substance over style now.
Basically. It is like almost the color of deer hide, kind of on the outside. It's very well insulated.
It's okay, darling. We can alter them later.
Right. He sets six, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sets of snowshoes off to the side.
Bless you.
He mentions that the use of snowshoes, while it'll help you more easily walk through, it's also going to slow you down slightly just by their very nature. You're very clumsy in them. So I will let you guys decide if you're going to use them.
I think Terrence will ask Bregor if he thinks that we should be using them. Do you really think this is necessary? I mean,
the snow is deep or it's not. If it is, it slows you down more. If it's not, these will slow you down more.
Can we pick and choose when to use them?
That would be the smart thing to do.
I will tie them to my pack.
Okay.
Same here.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let the tall people go in front so that I don't fall into it.
That way Albus doesn't
Disappear.
before you guys head out, Helga takes just a very long stick that she is like broken off of one of the sides of the table. It just kind of quickly snaps it, and she rips a piece of her robe and ties it on the end. And she ties it to the back of Albus so that the flag is about as tall as what Terrence and Raja would be. And she turns around and just kind of pats you on the head and says, "Don't worry, we'll always be able to find you now."
You are a treasure, Helga, might I say.
I'm just gonna have like steam going out my ears, just
Muriel goes,
trying to have as much.
But no. You're my first treasure, darling. You're my first treasure.
Oh, I felt psychic damage coming.
"No, I've learned my lesson when I nearly killed Mara.
So,
I've decided what I want, Devlin."
And what will that be?
Your ascot.
Raja is taking the furs
You are?
from his set and lining them in his armor.
okay.
She waits until you turn around and goes,
I suggest Terrence to do the same.
Yeah, I was gonna say
So,
Terrence
like,
is doing the same.
plate mail in the cold and whatnot.
Yeah,
Alright, so,
Terrence
Put
is
it over my dragonhide scales.
tying the snowshoes in his
shove it underneath
backpack.
her kimono.
let me
Mm,
go.
And he tells Brager, "By the way, my name's Terrence."
"I'm Muriel."
We are fire and light.
Yes, and this is my little sister, Mara.
Don't
Can't you see
introduce
family-
me like that, parent.
Can't you see the family resemblance?
Right.
We've got
Terrence.
the same nose, can't you tell?
Terrence looks down at Mara, "But you are little, and my sister."
it's their stubbornness.
You know, I am just tall enough to punch you somewhere you don't want me to.
That's
Stop,
that's
please.
actually pretty fair.
Why I'm wearing metal.
Are you at the moment?
Doesn't help that much.
Oh, good gracious.
Terrence
you
just
want me
kind of
to,
turns
I'll-
sideways.
If you want me to, I'll flick him, darling.
Alright, so
Oh, by the way, Terrence, you had last night's accommodation payment, just so you know.
I did.
Yes, you did.
As
As
how did I
recompense
do
for your-
that?
It's a forgiveness and recompense for your drunken tirade the night before.
Oh, who did I hit?
Oh, you were off the wall. You
Who
were
did I hit?
You were unconscionable.
Who did I hit?
Honestly.
Helga.
There's no way, because she would have killed me.
No, I prevented her from killing you.
We held her back, but barely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was really hard.
Very strong.
Insight versus persuasion. Go.
Or how about I just cast Zone of Truth.
I rolled an 18.
Oh, he does have Zone of Truth. I mean, if you want to burn the slot,
Yeah.
go for it.
No, I'm not
I
gonna.
rolled-
I'm gonna roll insight.
I rolled a 17.
I
I'm
rolled
not
a 9.
weakling.
Okay. Yeah, so Terrence, you buy it. You hit
Yeah.
Helga.
Okay.
As
Sorry,
Mara,
Helga.
as Mara is saying this, Helga's just shooting you like the stink eye. Like, you know what you did.
I'm sorry, Helga.
I love that Helga's now part of the team.
Alright, so
See, isn't she amazing? I love her.
I wouldn't go that far.
Shut up.
Alright,
I
so
will
as
I will
you all
tolerate her on your.
as you all prepare your gear and you head out, Breger leads you out of the city, through the gates, and basically immediately east. And as you're approaching the mountains, they're more and more daunting as you get closer and closer. As you get close enough, there's snow on the ground. Snow crunches beneath your feet as you begin to ascend the mountain. With Breger in the front, obviously.
Standard marching order after that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask him if we're using the pass that I read about.
Yeah, he does indicate that is indeed the pass. It is the only pass that actually cuts through. Not so much as it's not dangerous, it's just the least of the dangerous options to get through.
Are there faster options?
No. This is it.
Are there creatures or anything that we need to keep an eye out for?
There are bears. There are wolves. There are some type of woolly-looking thing that he's not sure exactly what they are.
Are they the ones that they make the big horseshoes for that Raja was telling us about?
He indicates that no, those are the ones that Devlin saw leaving the city, the big ox-looking things.
Okay.
So as you ascend the mountainside is fairly challenging. I'm gonna have... Actually, I'll have everybody make a strength check.
Oh, that's
okay.
Oh, great.
Not bad. Straight check.
I did a 6.
I rolled a 5.
16.
Hang on, I'll add guidance to mine.
Can you add it to mine too? Because I did a 6.
That's a 6 for me, and that's a 2 for you, or 2 additional for you.
An 8.
My modifier is 0, but I actually rolled an 18, so.
See, that's what I mean.
0 modifier, but a 15.
Nice. Alright, if you were 15 and above, raise your hand. Alright. So, Muriel and Terrence, somehow you two managed to fail. So it is, yeah.
You don't have to say it like that.
I mean, there's really no other way to explain it except you failed.
I feel the shame.
As you should,
Brandon.
So
you feel the shame.
Yeah,
shade.
That's well, yeah, shame and shade both being slung.
I think what happens is I slide down and I accidentally grab onto Terrence and take him with me.
It was already barely there, and it was just enough to take him down with you.
Was this a strength check or an athletics check?
Strength check.
Okay.
It's more just to kind of see how well you're able to kind of pull your own weight up the mountain itself.
I'm apparently still feeling something.
Apparently so. So Terrence, as you kind of reach up to grab one of the stones, and it's not like a vertical 90-degree climb. It's probably closer to about a 60, 75 degree. So you're almost like bear crawling to a certain extent up the hill. So as you go to grab, you grab and pull, and as you do, it lets loose a rock, which comes down behind you, catching Muriel. It hits you on your side going down. You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage, and then Muriel, it catches you fairly solidly. Luckily, somehow you only did 2 points of bludgeoning damage, though.
Oh, that's not bad. Terrence cushioned me.
Yeah. He slowed it down just enough that it didn't quite hurt quite as bad. Alright, so you kind of reach a point to where it starts to flatten off a little bit. You're probably closer to probably a 20 to 30% grade at that point. So still fairly steep, but not so steep that you have to be down on all fours. It's extreme by this point. The warm air that's on this side of the mountain that you're on has started to push up against the mountain. So you just kind of watch as kind of a fog bank begins to develop and rolls. It almost looks like just waves of clouds coming on and off of these mountains. I need everybody to make a perception check.
Goody.
Gosh. I didn't 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna bend luck and see if I can get a better roll from that.
I rolled
So
a
with the
12
back-
total.
21.
Hey, 21 as well. Went from
I
a
rolled
11 to
a
a.
nat 1.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Let's see.
You're just mad at
Has-
Albus. That's you're just glaring at Albus the whole time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Raja's got a 24.
Okay. Alright, so you continue to walk at a fairly decent pace up the mountain, and there's a path that starts coming more and more clear as you get further up. Kind of where the peaks of two separate mountains begin to split, and a path is kind of cut through them. Kind of bushes begin to appear. More what you see, smaller wildlife kind of make its way over and out of the path as you walk up. Breger stops everyone for a moment, turns, tells the group to take a small break, as by this point you've been climbing for several hours.
I will summon my dagger and I will pass it to Devlin and say, if you hold on to this with me, it'll help with the cold.
Appreciate and not exactly built for these kind of conditions.
She won't make a big deal out of it, but she will, like, crawl up under your arm. Just not in like a, I'm trying to get as close as possible, trying to be like weird about it. I just want to physically warm him up because he's a frickin' sea creature in a frozen wasteland.
He's a fish on ice.
Yes, except I'm not exactly a fish. But somehow got a 21 on perception, so whatever is coming, I caught. I'm guessing.
So the weather conditions are extreme even for Raja in his fighter experience. He's currently using bits and pieces of his fire breath to kind of keep the insides of his body warm, which in turn is keeping the outside of him warm-ish.
Okay.
Oh, so you're steaming.
Yeah, pretty much.
Would you allow me to be able to, produce some fire in my hands? Everybody?
Sure, yeah, you've got the, whatever it is, you have, that flame.
I don't have burning hands. I have, fire bolts. I was looking, so I don't have, the actual spell for that. I was just wondering if I could, modify kind of a firebolt for it.
I could say if you wanted to almost prepare it, like you were getting ready to cast it and kind of have it pre-casting in your hand. Sure.
Yeah. So you have the heat but not the flame?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll offer that to the group. Make awkward eye contact with Mara and offer it to her silently.
So
you see puppy dog eyes.
She will
hands extended.
She'll reluctantly. What's she supposed to do? Take your hands or what?
No, it's just I'm holding.
Just not even just hover your hand over his hand awkwardly.
Awkwardly.
Very.
She'll get she's gonna get as close as possible just to make it as awkward as possible.
Nice.
So yes, I'm on my knees apparently.
I'm poking Devlin in the side, not saying anything, just poking him in the side.
So
he's not responding.
So Breger kind of breaks off from you guys and kind of walks forward probably a good 20 feet further up the path, just as kind of scouting it out.
Raj is just watching him.
Breger's gonna die. I've got a feeling.
Terrence is watching him as well.
Raja, as you keep an eye on him, off to the right of the path, you notice snow kind of kick up. And suddenly, Breger stops dead in his tracks.
What do I see?
As you look behind him, there's a very, very familiar friend of Muriel's. As Shadow the Tabaxi
yes.
withdraws her daggers from Breger's back. And you just watch as he slumps, slides towards you, slides past you, slides right off of the mountain that you just came down or up.
As this is happening, like the moment that I see Tabaxi, can I use a reaction to pull my javelin and throw it at her? Him? Not sure.
It's a him.
Him.
Roll d20.
I've been calling it him this whole time.
Is this an attack roll?
You can call it that.
D20. Fail me now.
Get in that 20.
That's an 11 on the die.
So, as quick as you think you are, you're not that quick. From the time of pulling out the javelin and throwing it, he is no longer there.
I'll recall it.
Form up!
And
back to back, everyone!
Tabaxi's here.
That's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Oh, I've been waiting on a chance to get this kitty!
Before we end tonight's episode, Terrence hears that and goes, "Here, kitty, kitty, kitty."
Oh, that's great. So, hey, if you joined us tonight, thanks so much for watching. If not, catch the video on YouTube. Probably within the next couple of days, I'll try to have it up. I'll actually try to get it in the editing phase tomorrow. Maybe have it posted over the weekend or Monday. Until next week, God bless. See you then. Have a great night.
Have a good